Okay, we are back with another episode of I Don't Think You've Seen This Movie. And today we are going over the crime comedy Flypaper. Let's get into it.
Alright, this bank opens at 5 a.m. By that time, my colleagues and I will be long gone.
You will not try to escape. You will not make noise.
This is the most pathetic group of hostages I've ever seen.
Already we're behind schedule. Our number 3 guy, Lancelot, is a psycho. We got 2 hillbillies in the lobby playing with weapons-grade plastic explosives.
How many banks have you robbed?
Like dozens.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, let's go over the rules real quick for this series. They're super short, so you don't have to fast forward real quick. So the 3 rules are as follows. 1, I'm not going to do any spoilers of any kind. I'm going to try and get you through this as spoiler-free as humanly possible. Next, I'm not going to do anything from the box office bomb list. So if you want to know anything about any of the movies there, go check out that series of videos that I'm doing, and you'll basically get my review on those. I'm doing stuff that isn't on that list. And then the last rule is I'm not doing any major releases. Like, I'm not going to do Lord of the Rings or Star Wars on this list. This is going to be more relatively unknown, independent movies. I might have some huge released movies that just kind of went by the wayside and people forgot about, but for the most part it will be kind of more obscure, unknown films, with some exception every now and then. But with that being said, let's get into what is Flypaper about. Well, Flypaper is this comedy about a seemingly ordinary bank robbery that goes down, and everything kind of goes to shit. Things just get more convoluted and crazy and weirder and just suspicious. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because I want you guys to experience this absolutely fresh. Because this is a silly but fun mystery. There's all these like little twists and turns that happen, and it's not meant to be taken too seriously, but it wants you to have a fun time trying to figure out this mystery at the center of this puzzle that's wrapped around an enigma. I don't know if that's how the saying goes, but there's some truly funny moments in this film. I cannot stress to you how many times during this movie I was laughing my ass off at this silly movie. And one of the reasons why this movie is so funny, there's a lot of funny characters, but 2 of the standouts are the characters Peanut Butter and Jelly. Yes, there's actually 2 characters in this called Peanut Butter and Jelly, one of which is played by Tim Blake Nelson, and they are just priceless in this film. I could go for an entire film just following these 2 morons. That is how funny and entertaining they are. Now, this movie isn't perfect. There are some annoying, flat characters that don't really get any development or attention, and they're just kind of there to fill out the background, and that's kind of unfortunate. And then, again, there are some bad lines in the film, I will acknowledge. But one of the biggest surprises in this film for me is Patrick Dempsey. I'm not a fan of Patrick Dempsey. I've never been impressed by any of his work. Even like the one movie that I watched, I won't say I'm a fan of, but like I have in my collection for certain reasons, is Transformers Dark of the Moon. I did not care for his character in that movie whatsoever. I kind of felt like he was a one-note actor that just did the same type of character over and over again. Until I saw Flypaper. Holy hell, does Patrick Dempsey get outside of his comfort zone, and he is freaking hilarious in this movie. He plays this like mental head case that's kind of a idiot savant in a way. Like, he has mental issues, but he's also good at like deducing things, so he's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes in this story, trying to figure out the mystery. And he has some of the best moments in the film. And like after watching this film, it's like, okay, Patrick Dempsey isn't a one-note horse or one-note pony anymore. Like, he actually, if he puts his mind to it, can actually deliver some outside his comfort zone characters that I really enjoy. And so he has probably one of the funniest moments in this film when he just completely breaks down. And it's really great. But ultimately, in the end, if you want just a fun evening, grab some popcorn, pop in a fun comedy with a little bit of action and a little bit of mystery, check out Flypaper. You will not be disappointed. I had a blast with this movie. I absolutely love this film. It is a joy to watch, and I think you guys will have a fun time with this movie as well. So that's been this week's, or not this week's, but that's been this episode of I Don't Think You've Seen This Film. My name's Christopher Kyle with 11 Hour Reviews, and that will be all for today.